In a life-threatening situation, the average person's heartbeat can be upwards of 175 beats per minute. A well-trained tango is able to stay cool, keep calm. Their heart rates can be 70 to 100 beats per minute. But by the time I'm done, that number goes down to 0.
Hey, what's up guys? Ripley here. Welcome back to Pro Tactics Ops. Today we're going to be talking about Pulse. He's an optional pick but can be a great resource and source of intel for your team. We're going to talk about what roles he fulfills, how he can be used, and his loadout. So let's get into it. Welcome to Pro Tactics. Jack Estrada, aka Pulse, is part of the American FBI CTU. He's a 3-speed, 1-armor operator, so he's fast but takes on damage quickly. He's an easy operator for anyone to play, but he shines most in a team that's communicating, as I'll explain later. His gadget is the HB5 cardiac sensor. He can use this device to detect enemy heartbeats through walls at a range of 10 to 15 meters. This can be used to relay intel of enemy positions to your teammates, or to get the jump on unsuspecting victims. His loadout comes equipped with the M1014 semi-automatic shotgun and the UMP45 for primaries. For secondaries, he's got the options of the M45 MUSOC or the 5.7 USG. For utility gadgets, he has the option between barbed wire or a nitro cell. When selecting a loadout, I generally run the UMP45 with the muzzle brake and the vertical grip. You can select whatever sight suits you because that's personal preference. I also run the M45 MUSOC handgun with the muzzle brake because I prefer pistols with the higher damage. This is also personal preference. For utility, I generally run the nitro cell because it works extremely well with Pulse's gadget device. Now you can run his shotgun because it's one of the better shotguns in the game, but it changes your playstyle. One of the benefits would be that it could shoot through walls more efficiently than the UMP, but I have never used it in a real competitive environment. Moving on, let's get to Pulse's role in game, how he should be played, and I'll show you some tactics that you can use while playing this operator. Pulse is best played with a team that is communicating. His main job is to relay intel of enemy positions to teammates. This gives your team a heads up on where enemies are coming from and how many to expect, making it a great tool to detect where a push might be coming from. He works great on sites that have verticality in which he can play above or below the site to give intel from the opposite floor. So make sure you have some decent map knowledge to place yourself in these positions. Generally playing off-site is where Pulse should be in a sort of roaming fashion. Another great use for Pulse is to deny entry to an area using his nitro cell to prevent or disable a push. For example, he can deny a kitchen push on Clubhouse as this area is commonly used for an armory take. Another place would be Visa Office on Consulate, as this is a common place of entry for attackers. These are just a few examples, but make sure to look for more areas like this if this is the job you're planning to fulfill. Lastly, one of Pulse's greatest jobs in a competitive scenario is to deny a defuse from below the site. This requires patience, good communication from teammates, and the need to survive on your part, as defusing generally takes place towards the end of the round. You want to ensure that you're not seen, or at least survive until you can complete your job. Wait until you see the enemy stop moving on your cardiac sensor, or you receive a solid callout from your team. Then go for the nitro toss. As you can see, Pulse has very specific uses that would require a strategy to be built around his function. That's why he's an optional pick, but he can be very strong nonetheless. In ranked or in casual, you're most likely going to be working alone, so you're better off going for the full roam or denying entry to rooms and sites. But you can still pull off some of these tactics. It also makes for great practice since pulling off the vertical nitro kills can be sometimes difficult. Pulse also has decent fragging potential since he is a 3-speed and has a very accurate UMP, so either way you can't really go wrong. If you pull off your job with the nitro cell and run a decent roam, you'll be entirely useful to your team. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I look forward to doing more in the future. Let me know your thoughts on Pulse. Are there any tactics that you have that are useful? As always, make sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe to see more content, and I'll see you all in the next video.